Hello, hello, hello. Check, check. There we go. All right. So we are going to kick off episode 8 of From Success Principles to Properties. I read Jack Canfield's book called The Success Principles years ago, changed the way I act, changed the way I do things, led me to success in my life by applying these 64 principles. So we're just going to give it a minute here. I always like to check make sure everything's live on YouTube. So make sure to add your questions or comments or concerns in the chat. I will be here to answer them live. Also, if you are picking this up on the replay, we do check in and I will answer your questions. So in this episode, how it works is I will be reading directly from Jack's book, as well as sharing any type of insight or stories or experiences that I may have experienced with this book during my career here in real estate investing. Hopefully, giving you some insights on how to, make your life easier, make your journey. Avoid some hurdles or obstacles, and give you some, like I said, more insight. So my name is Mike DelPrete, Executive Director of the Arizona Real Estate Investors Association. We're based out of here in Phoenix, Arizona. We've been representing real estate investors for the last 21 years. We just celebrated our 21st anniversary. We're working on our 22nd year now. So we're passionate about empowering individuals like you on your real estate journey, providing you knowledge, market updates, networking events, anything that we can do to support your career. In this daily show, we're diving into principles of Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles, and exploring how these lessons can be applied directly to your real estate ventures. I'll be sharing not only ins and outs of each principle, but also my personal experiences and insights on how these lessons have played a crucial role in my business. I probably should have just read that before explaining it before I jumped in. So we go live every day here at YouTube. If you want to join our email list, I have a link in the description. I have a library of free ebooks for you to download in regards to real estate investing here at AZREIA. We will send you reminders about this episode every day, but I will be doing it for 64 days, 64 episodes, because there's 64 principles inside Jack's book. So check it out. Check out his book on Amazon or local bookstore, wherever you buy it. Definitely recommend the read. Now, also, where this is chunking it down, right? So go back. There's a foundation that we're building. There's a process and an order to these principles. They all do something one after another. So go back and check out the previous episodes, like I always say. Now, what we got here, chunking it down. So what's a good part? Where does he say about chunking it down? So last episode, we we're unleashing the power of goal setting. So we're going more into the idea of writing your goals down and reading them every day and figuring out what they were. So now, how do you put those goals into action? Nice quote that they start every chapter with is, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. The secret of getting started is breaking your complex, overwhelming tasks into small, manageable tasks and then starting on the first one. Mark Twain, right? There you go. Sometimes our biggest life goals seem so overwhelming, we rarely see them as a series of small, achievable tasks. But in reality, breaking down a large goal into smaller tasks and accomplishing them one at a time is exactly how any big goal gets achieved. You may have heard that quote, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So after you've decided what you really want and set measurable goals with specific deadlines, the next step is to determine all the individual's action steps you will need to take and accomplish your goal. When you read like books like this, or about motivation or how you think or self-help, whatever it may be, at the end of the day, there's always action involved. You're not going to be able, you could read a million books on real estate investing, you could read a million books on self-help or whatever you're trying to get better at. If you don't apply the knowledge, you're going to get stuck. So how to chuck it down? How do we chuck it down? There's several ways to figure out the action steps you'll need to accomplish any goal. One, we like to say, and this is part of it, right? Consult with people who've done what you've done before, right? People that are consult people that are where they're at, where you want to be, or where you're trying to go. Millions of people out there in the real estate world. I know for me, it was the self-limiting belief, and I see it now running here at AZREIA. New people say things like, I don't want to sound stupid, or I don't want to waste anyone's time. So what I learned really quickly was successful people want to help new people. They want to help bring people up. That's successful people know that's how it works, because that's how I've had help. I still get help, right? So you're always needing help from others. So when you go into these real estate events, if they're successful, long time in the business, they'll answer your questions. They'll talk to you, especially here at AZREIA, and our members that's how they are. So consult with people who've done what you want to achieve, their experience, ask them about their experience, ask them about their pitfalls, ask them about their mistakes, their losses, their wins. And Tony Robbins always says success leaves clues. So listen, take notes, thank them, be appreciative, right? And, have a good conversation, right? So even can you bring value into their life down the road? Like in real estate, if you can bring them real estate opportunities, then that's just going to allow you to have more time with them, right? And more experience for you to build on. So consult. Sometimes you got to pay, right? Yes, sometimes it's like, hey, I don't want to pay for it. Or I can't. I remember the first time I had to dish out $13,000 to be in a coaching group. Like that I was like, well, first I would paid $7,000, I think $7,000 or $8,000 to go to a weekend class. Then they presented the $13,000 longer program at that class. So I actually spent almost 20 grand being a part of that, business group. But to this day, it changed everything I do. It changed the way I think, changed the type of people I hang out with, the information about running my business I use to this day. It changed who I was, and it was a process of growth. So I became a different person after going through that program, which I never would have. Well, I can't say never, but I don't know when I would ever took the leap, right? So I had to take the leap sometime, right? And give it a shot and trust in something, and trust in myself that I will find a golden nugget no matter what happens. So I know it could be hard when you say consult. You might think you got to pay. You don't always have to pay. There are local people you can help out, but sometimes you do have to pay for it. Purchase a course, book, training from someone. The information's out there. One, for instance, YouTube. If you listen to my story, I watched 100 YouTube videos, and when I watched those videos, it was at a time when it was pay to play, right? So not everyone could, the internet wasn't as robust as it is now, right? Facebook may have just been coming out, YouTube just came out, and if you wanted deep information on real estate investing, you had to pay $5K, $10K, $20K to get the information. You'd get a bunch of boxes with CDs and binders and all this stuff, right? You'd pay to go to an event. However, at this time, there's this gentleman who had 100 YouTube videos on how to wholesale real estate. Very short, simple, not in depth, but they gave you enough information where you can apply it. So I went out and applied those videos. And I was able to close my first deal in 45 days. So there's no excuse. The information's there. It's the application of the information. You can go to local RIAs, real estate investing associations. They're in every city within the country. Licensed one. Go to the licensed ones through National RIA. Just ask. You'll learn how much money you'll need, skills to be learned, resources needed, new disciplines, habits, and stuff. So by asking and getting in front of these people and buying these courses, I like courses because it's like something you'd always access. There's $97 courses. There's $2,000 online courses. They're all good, right? Like if it's a reputable person that has a lot of referrals, a lot of testimonials, or someone that went through the program, don't worry about it, right? The information is in there. Sometimes a lot of these courses are just general, right? Sometimes a lot of people don't even create their own courses, right? They license them or they buy the information and they market themselves. But at the end of the day, I've been through thousands of these programs. The information's legit. Just the problem always is the person that doesn't apply it. They make an excuse as to why it didn't work and why it was a scam or why it just wasn't right. A lot of these programs have the information for you to apply. Real estate investing is not rocket science. So by asking questions, by consulting someone, purchasing these courses, or getting into some type of private groups, you ask the questions, you'll find out how much money you'll need to get started. You'll find out what tasks and what processes and what systems and what software you may need to get in certain program or to run certain businesses. So the resources are there, the information is there. So go out there, consult or purchase the information. Go buy a book, for all I care, the used bookstore, whatever you got to do. So what's the next step? So you've done your research, right? You read some books, you listened to some podcasts, you bought a course, maybe you had a mentor, and you have everything you need to do. You have some baseline of a know-how on how to accomplish this goal of yours, right? So we got to mind map it, right? So if you haven't heard mind mapping, it's kind of like getting a piece of paper and drawing it out, because we want to do is start chunking down into tasks. What do I do first? Where do I start? That's another thing. It's like, where do I start? What do I do? What do I do first? There's so much you can do. There's marketing, there's negotiating, there's running deals, there's comping, there's estimating repairs, there's borrowing money, there's raising money. There's all this stuff. What do you do first, right? So start with mind mapping. So really, I'm going to keep it simple. You have a piece of paper, you put a circle in the middle. Let's say I want to make $100,000 from wholesaling or flipping this year, right? So you have the big circle in the middle. Then you want to put smaller circles around that. So as a wholesaler, maybe let's say what would be included in that, right? There's a marketing department. So you got to do marketing to get leads into your business. There's an acquisition department. So that's another circle, second circle. So goal's 100K. You got to market. So that's one circle. You got to have do the sales part of the business. That's another circle. You have to do paperwork and transaction coordinating and everything. That's one circle. So you have three circles. There's the dispositions department when you want to sell the wholesale deal that you got under contract. That's another circle. Maybe there's accounting, right? That's another circle. So you have one big one with these 4 or 5 circles all around it. And then you want to put little lines off of the smaller circles, like spokes, like a bicycle wheel. And on that one, you're going to, like, say, for instance, marketing. You're going to say, okay, what marketing area you do? Maybe there's a line for direct mail. Maybe there's a line for cold calling, a line for texting, door knocking, driving for dollars, right? For the acquisitions, maybe it's like comping properties, right? Analyzing deals, making offers, right? Maybe dispositions. It's like email blast, right? Building cash buyers list. So you're gonna build all these bunch of spokes around these circles. So that's the first thing you need to do, right? And that gives you an idea. Then you're able to visualize everything that you need to do in your business, right? So then you're gonna go, okay, well, you could paint it out and you could start identifying what you need to do first. So let's say, what I like to say in wholesaling or in real estate, what's your highest income generating activity? What gets you closer to a check? In wholesaling, it's sales and marketing, right? So what you're going to do is I would probably look at the marketing, because in any business, you need to let people know who you are. You need to have attention. People need to know what you offer so they can use your services. So you need leads coming into your business. You need the more outflow you put, the more inflow will come into you. So you need those people going, hey, yeah, I want to sell my house. And you need to put yourself in a position to give them an offer on their house. So that's the most important thing you need to do in real estate. So I'll go to the marketing, right? So that's an idea of how to figure out where to start. And then now it's like you have these 25, 30 things you have to do. You need to be able to say, hey, what's most important? What do I do first, right? You always want to do the hardest, most important thing first. And that's usually the thing you push off to the side, right? And you'll go, you'll sweep up around the house, or you'll go do some minor tasks or send some emails to keep pushing that big thing forward down the day. Then you don't get it done because you're scared to get it done. Then all of a sudden you do it. Try to say, "Oh, I'll just do it the next day." My kid needs to get picked up from school now. Oh my God, my day's just shot. So you mess your own day up. So how do you do that, right? I always like to create A, B, C, D, right? A is for absolutely must get done. B is better get done. C is could get done. D is delegate, right? And on A, absolutely must get done, there's a major consequence. If you don't do A, there's a consequence in your business and life if you don't do it. For the B's, there's a minor consequence. C, nothing will really happen. D, it doesn't even matter because it'll drop off or delegate, and it'll come back around if it's important. So that's how you want to start your day. You're going to make that list of all the things you need to do. And for instance, if you're like, hey, it's marketing is what I need to work on. What's the most important thing that absolutely must get done? Maybe there's 1, 2, 3 items. Doesn't matter. I think if you can do 3 items a day towards your goal, every single day it compounds and will get you somewhere. However, but you want to take that big mind map, create a list of all the things that are most important that you need to do or to kick your week off. And I would say you'd probably want to do this, build that to-do list the day before. It's like I like to brain dump, so I'll like take my goals and everything I have to do like on a Sunday night, be like, all right, this is what I need to do for the week, and then plan out Monday the night before, and then go have at it. Then Monday night, plan out Tuesday. Tuesday night, plan out Wednesday, right? And you're just being conscious of what you need to get done. And so see how that can work. You're just like, you know what you need to do for your week to get to the big goal. You're going to chunk it down daily the night before, and you're going to use the ABCD method. So the first you wake up. Well, one, you do your goals at night, and then you're subconsciously, your mind's already thinking. You wrote down all the stuff you need to do, so your mind's going to be working for you and coming up with ideas and solutions to help you work through the day without you even knowing. And then you start the day kicked off and ready to roll versus waking up and going, okay, what am I going to do today? I gotta, let me sit down here and get some focus time. And you start figuring out what you got to do. And then you get an interruption, your phone goes off, and you're just like, oh, shoot. And you don't even actually get the plan for your day done yet. So the night before, plan out the next day. Then now you already know what you're doing. You're hitting the ground running. You already ABCD'd it. You already know the major, most important things that are going to move the needle forward in your business. The things that were going to get you closer to a check. And then you avoid all major consequences in your business and life. Then you hit the B's, and you're like, okay, cool. I did all the B's, and I got all the minor consequences out of my life. That's a good day, right? That's going to move things forward. So create that to-do list and prioritize it. The next thing we're going to talk about, was really planning it out, right? And the importance of planning it out a week and a day in advance. And that's pretty much it when it comes to chunking it down. Very simple. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in. Like I said in the description, we have a link with real estate investing ebooks for you to download. They're free. Take advantage of that. Read them, apply them. Most importantly, always drop questions in. I'll come back later on. And if you're watching the replay, like I said, these are 64 lessons that build on top of each other. So I highly suggest checking out the previous episodes. Then that's it, man. And I'll do this every day and bring on next. Tomorrow is ironically, I said success leaves clues. See, it's just like in your brain, man. When you read this stuff so much, it just like embeds in your mind. So success leaves clues is the next chapter, which we'll do tomorrow. So join me, right? Just check it out. I appreciate you watching this. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Give us a like, a subscribe, whatever you like, a nice comment. Doesn't matter. Appreciate whatever you do. And I'm going to sign off and